When the iconic television show Baywatch hit the screens in 1989, television viewers were immediately sucked in by the interesting components of this show, which seemed to have some of the most attractive cast members and the most beautiful scenery. But while the viewers were enjoying the show, a lot was going on behind the scenes. A lot of Baywatch fans will be surprised to know that one of the most popular male actors on the show had a near-death experience while filming. This and many more secrets were kept hidden from the public eye all through the filming process. This video will open you up to some of the deepest and most shocking secrets that the Baywatch cast hid from its viewers for years. Cast members had secret on-set relationships. When actors and actresses work together in close proximity for extended periods, there is a high possibility that sparks will begin to fly and they may start having feelings for each other. Well-known actors like Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt fell deeply in love with each other on the set of a movie, and several other actors have gotten into relationships because of the time they spent together while filming. Interestingly, this was also the case for some cast members of the then-famous TV show Baywatch. During the period that the show was being aired, the viewers had no idea that some of the cast members were busy falling for each other, and some of them even got into relationships. The on-set relationships were a secret for years, so the fans of the show didn't know what was happening behind closed doors. Remember David Hasselhoff, who portrayed the dashing and heroic lifeguard Mitch Buchanan? He was one of the most eligible bachelors on the show, and it seems like he took full advantage of his status. Apparently, David Hasselhoff was romantically involved with two of his beautiful co-stars. His first romantic entanglement was with Pamela Anderson, who got the attention of her viewers through her role as a lifeguard called C.J. Parker. It was later revealed that David and Pamela were briefly romantically involved with each other during the third season of the show. While the viewers were busy enjoying the show, they didn't know that two of their favorite characters were keeping their relationship away from the public eye. After a short period, their romance came to an end, but thankfully they were able to remain cordial on set even after going their separate ways. David Hasselhoff later found himself falling for Yasmin Bleeth. Their relationship officially began during the fourth season of the show, and it was certainly kept under wraps until the show ended. Even though their relationship got serious, it remained a secret until the show ended. In a later interview, Yasmin got candid about her relationship with David Hasselhoff on set. She claimed that she fell in love with him, but it seemed like their relationship was not meant to be. But David Hasselhoff was not the only one that got romantically involved with women on sets. Pamela Anderson was also rumored to have had a brief fling with her co-star David Charvet, who portrayed Matt Brody. These relationships may have added some drama to the set, but the showrunners decided to keep the truth hidden from the public. One of the reasons for this was to avoid negative publicity and complications for the show. One can only imagine how these relationships may have affected the show's overall production. Some of the Baywatch actors were struggling swimmers. It's difficult to believe that the very actors and actresses who spent most of their time on screen splashing around the ocean were actually not skilled swimmers. If you had told a Baywatch fan that some cast members were actually afraid of water, they wouldn't have believed you. It was only after the show that it was revealed that most of the cast members were not as comfortable in the water as they appeared. Most of what the viewers saw was the cast members acting confident in the water, when in reality they couldn't stand the sight of water. For David Hasselhoff, having to play the role of a fearless lifeguard was particularly challenging because he could barely swim before the show began. A lot of fans will be surprised to know that while he was diving into the water to save the day, he was battling with his fear of water. It was when the show came to an end that Hasselhoff made these revelations. He also said that his fear of water nearly cost him his life during one of the early episodes of the show. According to him, he was filming a scene in which his character had to jump off a pier into the water to save someone, but when he hit the water, he was quickly pulled under by the current and he couldn't stop panicking. Thankfully, Hasselhoff was rescued by a member of the crew just in time. That was the day he realized that he needed to improve his swimming skills if he was going to continue playing a lifeguard on the show. He took the matter seriously and started swimming lessons and working with a trainer in order to improve his skills. Because of his dedication, he got better and became a certified scuba diver, which allowed him to film some of the show's underwater scenes. The dark side of Baywatch cast members' battle with addiction. When it comes to the entertainment industry, one of the issues that are not talked about often is the fact that several entertainers run to vices for many reasons. A good number of entertainers have opened up about their struggles with substance abuse, and most of them revealed that they found themselves doing these to cope with the pressures of the industry and several other personal problems. However, most of these vices only provide temporary relief and leave the entertainers in the constant loop of addictions. This is why the mental health of entertainers needs to be prioritized. Some of the cast members of Baywatch also found themselves struggling with addictions while filming. Their struggles were hidden from the viewers, so the fans were not aware of it. Pamela Anderson, who garnered fans all through the show for her interesting performance, was one of the cast members who was dealing with an addiction at the time. Things got so bad that even after the show was canceled, she was arrested for drunk driving. David Charvet, who left viewers in awe through his role as Matt Brody, was also struggling during the filming process of the show. He battled with several addictions at the time, but was still determined to give the viewers a show. These issues remained a secret for all the years that the show was running, and it was only after the show that news began to circulate about what some of these cast members were going through while filming. David later revealed that he sought treatment for his issues. Hopefully, these Baywatch stars have gotten the help they need, and they are now in a better place. Behind the scenes peril. There is no denying that Baywatch had viewers hooked with their attractive cast members, sunny beach locations, and action-packed rescues, but what a lot of people didn't see was the complications that happened behind the scenes. Even though the showrunners managed to maintain good press while the show was at its peak, it was later revealed that the producers of the show were sued several times for the injuries sustained by extras during the filming of stunts. But that wasn't all. Some of the cast members also clashed during the filming process. It was also reported that some of the cast members had difficulties getting along with each other off camera. They may have been able to put up a show for the audience, but when the cameras stopped rolling, they didn't like each other very much. Yasmin Bleeth, who played Caroline Holden on the show, was said to have clashed with some of her co-stars and was reportedly difficult to work with at times. Who would have ever thought that all these things were happening behind the scenes? In the end, all the cast members came together to create a show that some considered interesting, and while the cast may have hidden secrets from viewers, the show will always be remembered as a classic of its time. If you've ever wondered who Indiana Jones is, this video will tell you all you need to know about the real Indiana Jones.